Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. Man, today's episode is presented by the Xfinity 10G Network. Big shout out to Xfinity. Man, chat, it don't matter where you're gaming, you're streaming, you're competing, it doesn't matter. Their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruption. It's the best in a biz. Make sure to go check it out. I'm joined by Benji Nassim, of course, Christopher Duarte, and Patrick Price is not here. It is Friday, so we know Pat's got some X-Defiant stuff going on. He's gonna be doing his thing, and you know, it maybe if it gets to that point, we are gonna be doing some questions. We're taking some topics and questions from Reddit at the end of the show. Maybe Pat will join us for that if he's able to get off of work. But we got two amazing co-hosts. Chris, how you doing, bro? How you doing, my guy? All right, good talk. I guess you know what I'm saying. Good talk.
Hello,
Chris.
Mike is muted. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it, bro. What's happening?
I had a good week, man. Just been I've been streaming, you know, the usual. But then there was a creator tournament. It was a ranked race with like a whole bunch of like ranked play streamers, and I won that. So I had a good weekend
nice.
Or a good week. Sorry, I had a good week, and I'm just looking forward to the matches this week. We're getting closer to Toronto. I just got my passport today. Yeah. I'm excited, man. We got a lot of trips coming very soon.
Damn, so you're feeling nice right now.
Hold on. Can you let the people know how long your passport was sitting in your mailbox?
Sitting in my mailbox for 5 days. But listen, hold on, I got an explanation.
No shit.
I have like one of those community mailboxes, and I live with roommates, so I don't ever get mail. And on top of that, I didn't get no shipping notification, nothing. Like I looked at the I was like looking for the status of my passport. It's like should arrive on May 5th, and I was like, wait a minute.
That's actually crazy that you didn't know you had your passport in there. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah,
bro.
it was in there. It was in that mailbox for 5 days. So we got it.
Well, good to have you here. Glad you got your passport. Congratulations on the rank play tournament. That's always good news. Ben, how are you doing today, man? You doing all right, Benjay?
Yeah, doing good. The weather's kind of shitty outside, so if I get disconnected is what it is. But no, good streams earlier today. Vibing. Obviously, if you're watching the show, I ditched the glasses. I got contacts on.
Hey, you look like $1 million.
Every show we do now, so that should be a good one. And yeah, I mean, it's been a fun week. We've been doing a lot of like Major 5 planning. Got some cool stuff coming forward for that. So I've been diving into that. And I would say that today's matches were as mid as the Sixers' performance in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter yesterday.
Oh, that's not right, man. You think it's as mid as it gets? I mean, listen, the series definitely went by pretty good today, pretty quick today. What was it? It was a 3-1, 3-1, 3-0, right? So it was very quick today. Quick matches. Obviously, we had some blow it up bowls as well.
Some tech issues too. We'll talk about that during the series.
Some tech issues. We'll obviously talk about some of the tech issues, but you know we're gonna go over the matches. There's some things that I had written down. Just obviously we're gonna talk about COD, break some of the games down, and then we'll hop into the community questions and hot takes that you guys are coming up with over on the Reddit side of things. If you guys still want a chance to go thumbs up your favorite ones or go ask away, it's still up there. So if you guys want a chance to get your question answered, go over to the Reddit, the COD competitive Reddit. But I say we hop into the first series of the day. We kick things off. We had the Los Angeles Guerrillas going up against the London Royal Ravens. We got a Fortress Hardpoint, Fortress S&D, Expo Control, Hotel Hardpoint, Hotel Search and Destroy. I mean, I'll let you guys kick it off with the veto system. What were you guys feeling with the vetoes? Anything that caught your eye, or is it just two teams? They're both at the bottom of the league. They're both going through the motions. Blow it up, bold. You guys just not give a fuck.
I mean, the only thing that was kind of weird was Expo Control. Obviously, LAG have yet to play it. And if you go and actually watch that match, you would see why they probably have yet to play it. But then they ended up stringing together some rounds, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, nothing really too crazy in the vetoes for me.
Ben, what about you? Anything?
No, this is just a mid-off between two teams at the bottom, and I think London had some opportunities to extend the series, and they kind of didn't make it work. And as we've seen with London in the respawns, man, the pacing with this team is completely off. They're not on the same page. It feels like everybody's playing for stats. And also coming in, LAG is on like a 10 series loss streak. Like they hadn't won a match in like 2 months, so. Yeah, no, this is not the most exciting match on planet Earth.
Well, I mean, just to show you guys where it kind of all unfolded. I mean, this is where LAG, I know we got to listen in, but this is where LAG were actually able to get a good break, and they actually break the next one as well, so we could kind of look over the setup here from the London Royal Ravens on kind of where it all fell. And it looks like it starts with Yuli. He's the first one to go off rotation. And, I mean, Chris, you play the game every day. You're a ranked play tournament champion. I mean, what is going on here with London's setup? Anything else that you would change here going into this P2? LAG were able to get a pretty smooth break here. And then they also break the next P3. Anything you would change here for the P3 setup? I feel like
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I think Yuli just got to be careful over challenge with 5 seconds left. Once Yuli dies, I much rather Yuli just chill there than try and hit 4
just in a
seconds
corner and team shot with number 8.
Exactly.
Just gets up a crossfire. Yeah, I mean, that would have been definitely the better play. I mean, but like as you said, or as Ben said, these are two of the bottom teams. So like the amount of mistakes that these two teams make is substantially higher than, you know, some of the better teams, and they don't really have the talent to bail themselves out of these situations. So usually when you know the house starts crumbling, like it just all comes down. There's no like repairing it in half of their gameplay.
Yep, and then the same thing, right? The P2 rotation comes down. Yuli overchows off the roto. He spawns out. LAG use their numbers. Same thing here on the P3. Kind of look at how London's playing this. I mean, right here, Scraps is trying to cut people. I would like to see Scraps just try and get to that new hill, because look what happens. They get pinned out over here on this P1. LAG, they take advantage of it, and he spawns some of these London players out. And now Asim, he's left watching maps and gate. He starts to tweak. His teammates died around him. It's just sloppy from London. I mean, the sloppiness continues from these guys, right? Good.
I feel like playing out on this hill, now that I've watched it so much and the same situations unfold, it's so pointless, because yeah, you might be buying time, but the spawns are like so close to that door that like if you don't really, there's no layering. You know what I mean? Like if you die out, you're spawning out. There's no like layer where you can safely like have map control, like a severe amount of map control, and being able to die and spawn up in the back. Usually if you just die anywhere where you're pushed out, you're spawning out. So I feel like you're just better off playing tight like every single time, because you get help from the guy in the hill, you obviously get help from the guy that's protecting him, and then everyone else can kind of just accomplish the same goal but from a safer position.
Yeah, and then even right here, when Nasty comes off spawn, I think Nasty should also be aware of this, you know? Like, he doesn't even look at bottom art or top art. He kind of just fills in right where Maddie is, and they get flanked, right? Then he jumps down, he flanks them, they block the gate spawn, and they spawn out. So if you're gonna do that, you know, if somebody's gonna come off spawn, like Maddie sees his teammate come off spawn, like Nasty's got to pick up the pinch there. Like, he's got to read somebody coming off old and playing a late pinch or something there.
I agree with you. I just still think, Tom, it's just better like
to play tight.
We talked about it before. Play tight, especially that first wave. They're not funneled, so they can hit P2, they can hit bottom maps, they can hit bottom art, top art, they can flank P1. Once you get that first wave when you're playing tight, then you can create some space, because you'll know they're either spawning in open or bottom art. Like, and that's how you create a funnel. That's like kind of the basis of all hardpoint maps. But I feel like on this map, it's just so pointless being pushed on rotation. You're gonna spawn out if you die every time.
Yeah, you got to give it to LAG, because after those 2 breaks, the second P2 to second P3, as y'all just saw, they were able to get a pretty hefty lead. And in London, they're obviously fighting for scrap time. And while they're doing that, LAG was able to rotate to this P4. And honestly, they held the rest of this lead. They blow out London the rest of this map. Not really else too much to talk about. That P3 or P2, P3 chain from LAG definitely put them ahead in that first map. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Joe Deceives, 35 and 21. One thing I didn't notice with Joe Deceives, youngest player in the CDL. I didn't really know that. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until they said something on the broadcast today. But it says a lot about Joe, man. Youngest player. I don't know if you guys listened to the interview today, but he's just willing to learn, and he's not chalking up the season, and he just, you know, obviously they're looking into Major 5, but I think this guy, Joe Deceives, is a good player, man. I feel like obviously the place.
Yeah, he has a lot of potential.
He's got a lot of potential, dude. A lot of potential. A lot of upside. And then obviously on the other side, everybody getting booped on. Everybody negative on the other side. So London, they struggled. Any final thoughts, Ben? Any final thoughts on the map 1, Ben?
No, I mean, just mistakes from London. LG capitalized. It's been a decent map for both teams. LG came up top, and then we had to watch a Fortress S&D, and yeah. I'll let you take it away from here.
Yeah, then we get into the Fortress search, and it was Joe Deceives who started off the S&D hot. He was able to find a big trade onto tank there in the back, and then you can see London, they get the bomb down. It's a 3v3 situation. But take a look at the plays from Joe. You can see him up top, number 4. He's going to challenge his back window. Takes care of Nasty as well. Good plays from him. And you see Asim, he's trying to make a play, but Joe, he reads it, finds another one, and last one up is going to be Yuli stuck in a corner. He's going to find one onto Alec, and then obviously the LAG guys are going to pounce. Joe deceives. What an ace off the rip. Fantastic plays coming out of Big Joe. LAG, they go back into the next round. They work the A plant. They go up 2-0, and then in this next round, it's actually Yuli off the start of the round who ends up getting a team nade onto his teammate Nasty. But he makes up for it. Yuli team nades his teammate. Now it's a 3v3 situation because Yuli bounced back with a kill. And this one ends up in a 1v2 from Yuli. Did you guys like how LAG was playing this? I don't know how they let this happen. This looked too easy for Yuli. Just a quick 1v2. They weren't watching bottom maps. They weren't watching their right. I'm not really too sure what they were watching. Especially
back up. So bomb. How did bomb end up down middle map? Did they go jump out a window and they were just trying to play
Asim tried to jump out the window. So Asim, he tries to go for a dive here, and Alex got an angle on him where he could see Asim after he dives out. So Asim's gonna dive out. Boom. Alec gets the kill. How you doing? Boom. And then a couple trades go down. I believe it's Tank who tries to make the play here. You can see Yuli. He finds one on the other side. So Yuli, he had a really big round here. He gets the ace here. And the 1v2 clutch. So bomb ends up in the middle here. I just wasn't sure what Exceed was doing there. Alex obviously watching the P1 like wrap through Exceed. I feel like just needs to be a little bit more active there. But unless anything you guys saw.
Weird because he also got a kill from that side of the map, but they probably, I don't know, probably miscommunication or they just picked wrong. I mean, they probably should have been more proactive in getting the information, especially Exceed, because he wasn't weak from anything. Like Alec is the guy staying down. Like Caden should have been more proactive, I think.
Now this right here, Ben, you already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
2-1. Okay, it's a 2v3 situation in favor of the London Royal Ravens. They have a man. LAG plant the bomb A. London with the slowest retake of all time. You have the numbers. You have the numbers. Just go. Just do something. Because we'll watch it out. Look what happens here. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Everybody's standing around street. There goes 10 seconds. There goes 50 seconds. Now they start to inch up a little bit. They're checking corners that Yuli already checked. They're just slow playing. They still haven't jumped to the back yet. Now they start making plays to bomb. By the time one guy gets to this bomb, there are 15 seconds left on the clock. 15.
There's one opportunity to defuse.
One opportunity. If they would have just hit this site 25 seconds ago, they would have been valid. But instead, what happens? They don't have time. They get swarmed. They kill him off the bomb. And now you're left in a 1v1 where time ran out. London has no time. They can't clutch up again. I mean, Jesus, bro. Could it have been any slower?
I think that's like the problem with London in general as a team. They just take forever to do things. I feel like they play very scared. They almost play too by the book, where they just don't take any good risks, and it bites them in the ass time and time again. Not only in the search right there, but it happens in the respawns too. If you notice, whenever they get wipes, they do nothing with their kills.
They're fucking team stone boots, and it annoys me. And it makes their COD so unwatchable and so unfun because they don't make incisive, quick decisions, and it infuriates me to makes me furious to no end.
Yeah, man. I mean, and they end up winning 5 straight. I mean, they work at A plant in that round. They bring it up to 3-2. And then I'm not really too sure what the play was here from the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I mean, it's a 3v3 situation. I just feel like here, if you're backing up and you got the A-bomb, I know Exceed got naded. Somebody else challenged middle. Like, just get the bomb down. Just get the bomb down, look over them. Everybody kept challenging mid from LAG, and that's why they're in a 2v3. So LAG, a little bit over-challenging a little bit. They end up falling in this one. Good trades from London as they wrap back. They use their numbers great in that round. Great job from London. Gets aggressive on the site. They tie it up at 3. This is where London, I like the strat here. They actually rush double windows in P1 here, and then look at what they do. So instead of just playing that A site like people normally do, they play over towards P1, over towards double. They get 2 kills, but instead of just going absolutely nuts and just running at the B point, they actually end up backing this one up as a unit and just getting this A bomb down. So really good plays from London as they go up 4-3 here. And then we hop in to the 1v1 that Nasty had. It was almost a 1v3 from Exceed, and we'll kind of break it down for you and show you kind of how that happened. But Exceed, he's going to be here bottom art. He's going to find one onto Yuli. He's tagged up. He's one shot. I'm thinking Tank's going to trade it. But Tank goes down Exceed. 1v1 situation. But fortunately enough for Mr. Nasty. He spots Exceed in the corner here as he's running through R, and he's able to take him down. So big 1v1 there from Nasty. And then we get into the last and final round, and Scraps, he makes the play here. He gets pushed up P1. He's been playing here all game long, and I don't know what the hell LAG's looking at. They got caught with their pants down. First goes Exceed, and the snap comes in from Tank onto Arcides, and that's going to be a clean round for the London Royal Ravens as they win 5 straight. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard.
Did LAG see them cross P1 at all in that round?
No, I don't believe they didn't. He had no idea that he was here. Alex on top of the statue. You can see 2 players. There's 3 players hovering around statue and Maps and Exceed just sitting closed stairs.
I mean, they did. They did. No. Someone was shooting at someone, and then Matty just hopped up.
They had no idea Tank was there. I promise you, Ben. They had no idea he was there.
I know they had no idea Tank was there. They were shooting at someone else crossing P1.
Yeah, I think they picked it up too late because his teammate behind him was trying to get through. But yeah, I don't know what was going on there. 10-5 from Yuli. Good map out of Yuli. I mean, Chris, you've been talking about Yuli a little bit. I mean, you feel like he's kind of been put into a little bit of a blender here, right? Like he got thrown into the London camp.
He's the new Fire 40, bro.
No,
I think Fire was. I think from playing with Fire for a couple games now in Challengers, he's always been a pretty talented player. He just when he got his shake in the league, it was just on a bad team, and I think Yuli was also very good in Challengers. He was basically right up there with Dan Ghosty in terms of like except on the opposing role. Yeah. And then he just got onto this team, and there's just no saving this. And
I'll say, Chris, is Fire 40 started the season with that Paris team, correct?
Yeah,
that's just the only difference because you only joined this team mid season when it was very chalked, whereas Fire
it was either way. They was still just like it was fucking Paris, bro. It was literally just like get whoever you can get and pray. So same situation nowadays. But anyways, regardless, kind of unfortunate for Yuli, man. I think he. Especially with the lack of SMGs in the league that are coming up, I feel like good SMGs are going to be hard to find in the future, especially when building these teams on the lower end. And, him getting his stock torch to a degree is sucks.
Yeah, definitely got thrown into a little bit of a rough situation because he hasn't been bad. When you watch Yuli play, he doesn't look like he's a bad player. Like, he's clearly a good player. Yeah. It's just, I definitely think the system right now with London or the culture, they're not on the same wavelength. Like, they don't play together. If somebody's playing fast, there's 2 other players playing slow, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, they're not on the same page. And obviously, if Yuli, doesn't matter how good you are. Like, if you and your teammates aren't on the same page when you're going up against these other 11 franchises in the CDL, it's not going to be easy. And then this is where London, in my opinion, I think London threw this map away. They get a really, really, really good offense to start off the map. They go up 1-0. They come back. They win the defense. They go up 2-0. And then things get a little interesting. Ben, you were saying C9 in the call. I don't know exactly what C9 means, but LAG with a sneak cap here in the 4th round. This was insane. Let's take a look and see how this all unfolded. Because in my opinion, London needs to close it out on this defense and take this to a map number 4. Well, obviously, we're going to a map number 4 regardless, but I think this should have been all over here. We'll kind of see how it breaks down. I think Asem, he makes a lot of good plays, like flipping and trying to get pushed up in their base and working spawn kills. Yuli, he nades himself a little bit there. Unlucky. But let's take a look here and see what the hell happened. So right here, right off the bat, Asem's got to run towards this point here. He's got to run towards the point. He has to. Because of look how little that tick is. Look how much of a sliver it is to cap that B point. If you're the last one up for London, I mean, you can't just be like, yo, teammates pick that up. Like, you have to go toward the point there. Do you guys agree with that or no?
Yeah. I mean, he's under the assumption Alex probably underneath them and he got all his eyes on the point, but he has to go to it.
Yeah, I think
at the very least look at it the entire time.
Yeah, he thought Alec was gonna maybe because this guy coming from this 8 point, he probably thought that he was on him. So if he just jumped down, he would die type thing. You know what I mean? So it was a sticky situation for Asem to be in for sure. But gotta give it up for the player. Who was the player that was able to get on there? It was Alex, right? He was able to get through. He hits the flame. I mean, it was a really, really, really good play.
I think Asem jumps that window. He may still not even get there in time. Actually, it'd be really close.
Either way though, it's like it's a 50-50. But
he's got to make the play.
But
though.
you have to make the play. It's like you either jump out and take a gunfight underneath you and hope he's there and you stall him enough for your teammate to get there, or you just bullshit him and win the gunfight.
Yeah.
Or you race over the point and beat him on the decap. Like it's like the only play to make. If you sit up there and he doesn't like hit you, like you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, right here, the best place to instantly be to hit the point. But yeah, Alec just makes a really good heads up play. He's able to sneak through middle and dive onto the point, and that was a difference maker for me. I mean, London probably should have closed that out 3-1. They had the life advantage as well. There wasn't much time left on the clock, and LAG were able to scrape by and clutch it up. So really big plays from them there in that 4th round. And then we go into the overtime, and this is where LAG are just able to hold on defense. I mean, London, they were able to get over towards this for just 8-point off the rip. But as I scroll through, you can see nobody from London was able to get anything going. I think it was the last second they were able to get on B and cap this B point. But LAG, they do a good job just keeping out this bus or keeping bus pushed out and kind of pinning London back into like those back right spawns. And London are constantly forced to OE, right? Like if you're blocking those back bus spawns, the only thing London can do is either wrap back together and try and kill you, or just OE, play through mid-map, play through obviously the B point and try and pinch around. So it was a really, really, really good play from LAG to kind of just keep that pushed out, give up the B point, and close out this defense. You can see the lives as well. They slowly started to dwindle for the London Royal Ravens. LAG, they were down 0-2 in the control, but then they bring it back. They win the defense, and then they clutch up on their offense to bring it into an overtime, as you saw in that 4th round. So really good plays from LAG to hang in there, stay composed, and get that W. Everybody negative from the Los Angeles Guerrillas, except for one guy, Assault, and they still came out and won this map. I mean, does that tell anything to you guys, or not really too much?
I mean, we already talked about it, man. Like we're watching and experiencing so much slow gameplay out of the Ravens, where they're just getting kills and not really knowing what to do with it. But Tom, you want to know what isn't slow? Xfinity's 10G network.
10G network, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go check it out if you haven't already. Huge shout out to Xfinity once again. But let's head into the map number 4. Listen, this was a bloodbath from the get-go. This was a bloodbath.
You called it after the first hill, basically.
I called it after the first hill because London, they just seem, I don't know. I don't know what it is. They just seem like they don't want to be there. Like it seems like they're kind of going through the motions. But LAG, I mean, right off the bat, you can see they get 45 seconds off the first hill, 43 seconds about. And then they get a clean 4 wipe going into P2. London with not even a single point yet. I also didn't like that so many players from London were trying to play P2 spawns when they're spawning out. Like, bro, at least try and get some P1 time, you know?
They left 18, and it was not like 5 seconds. It was like 18 seconds, which I think is actually kind of a lot, especially if you don't think you're going to get like the first 30 or 20 on P2. But they chalked it. And yeah, I mean, again, this is over after the first hill because they were down quite a bit, and they weren't really able to gain any momentum on hills after this.
Yep, and you can see going into the P3, it's everybody from London again collapsing. Like, let's just look at this rotation, right? Joe finds a gap. He hits bedroom. Nobody from London is watching the overextend. Yuli picks up middle, but he gets shot in the back and then scraps his force back. He tries to get Yuli's trade, then he gets traded out. And now Asim's left in hill once again by himself, being swarmed.
The way they played that, Tom, is like they thought they actually got beat to the hill. Because the guy's side door doesn't like go like.
Why would they think that they got beat to the hill? They have two dead.
Look at the way Manny plays this. Look at what he does. He shimmies the door before, like he plays this why they think like they got fucking beat.
Yeah, but maybe they thought they were missing one. They didn't know where he was. But anyway,
but the issue in that is they gave their team bad timing. Yuli's the one end up holding this fucking pinch essentially, and instead of being like a back van spot to see everything, he's holding it from the block, and they just gave themselves.
That's the problem with their gameplay though. They're too safe. Like. Okay, if you think somebody's out, like, and you're not sure, you just have to try to beat him into the hill. And if he's not there, well, great. You just save yourself some time. If he's there, well, at least you spot him and then you know for sure. And then you can work him as a team and then anticipate the incoming pressure from the team. But you just hesitating like this so much, like you're essentially chasing a ghost.
But they got 4 dead, though. Like, look, they kill it. Look. They kill everybody. They kill them all. Look, there's the last one. Bro, they kill all of them. And you got to know that some of them, especially once they kill this number 2, boom, trying to run away from mid. That's another 2 dead. They have to know that players are spawning it back. And I know Nasty's probably seeing them as well. Like, I'm sure Nasty's shooting at a guy in the back now.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
No, you're 100% right. The only person they could have been looking for is Joe. But there's no spawn in the new hill. Like, he would either spawn a bed or restaurant, but I'm pretty sure his teammates were like restaurants. So, I mean, if anything, they were just looking for one guy bed. They're just timing their kills like wrong. They're timing like the They're just reading it terribly.
And even here,
Either way,
even
just go.
even here, look at this. They come through rugs, they come through kitchen, whatever. They throw tags and they just stand there. Like they're just standing there. Like they couldn't hit a gap there. Like Exceed was in the Assault was in the back. He wasn't even at that back door yet. Like throw your tags. You have to make plays off your tags. They throw their tags. They're just kind of sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. Then somebody jumps through. Nasty's still pre-aiming. And then Asim just comes through waltzing through rug by himself. Like it's just like
well, so Asim's picking up. Asim's the guy picking up the pinch, so he's not going to slide in because he's assuming they're going to like pinch cat or go all the way around. But yeah, you throw the tax. Yuli, Nasty, and Manny got to fucking go.
I mean, they all have to
hit the dive, bro.
Somebody do something.
Dive to the oven, bro. Dive to the oven and drag this guy's aim.
Someone's got to do something.
Somebody do something.
Bro, Asim, dude. It's even Asim fucking killed the guy in the pinch and chow before Nasty. Then maybe Nasty was shooting the guy back door, and that's why he didn't slide out. But it's just the problem we've seen. It's not just this map from London. It's the issue they've had all time. This team doesn't react quick enough. They're not as skilled as other teams, and you got to be able to match that with really good tactics and speed and getting better timing.
I got another one.
They just don't do it.
I got another one. Then right here, take a look at the plays that Yuli makes here. So you see him on the scoreboard, right? Now there's one, there's two. Asim with one, right? Yuli, he clears out the whole way. For some reason, London just doesn't want to get over there. I mean, Yuli's literally on a streak here in bedroom. Look at this. Look, 20 seconds have already gone by in this piece. Nobody's even there. How many kills do they need? What is taking so long? Like, bro, just you know what I'm saying? Like, Chris, am I faded here or what?
Bro,
why are they all looking at kitchen?
People are just scared to die, bro, and it's so annoying, dude.
There's two, there's three, right? These guys' kitchen should be cutting hot tub now, just getting active.
But people are scared to die, and this is why, like, KD just doesn't, like, hardly means anything, and there's so many other, like...
Look at this.
Statistics that you can look at, because look at the way some of these people play. And I know this is like the lower tier teams, and to a degree this doesn't happen, but stuff like this will happen unintentionally at the high level ceiling. But like dude,
it's bad, bro.
27 seconds left in time, and they just got here. Got here.
The worst part about this is, like, and I don't know if Asim got called out to do this. Asim was going mid cut, and someone saw the guy cross catwalk, and Asim's the one that wraps back to pick this up. Not number 7, number 6. Asim sees the guy catwalk, or they see the other guy cross. He's the one that backs up the kitchen, so they have like no sub pressure. So I don't know if he was directed to do that. If he just fucking,
I don't know what.
It's the weirdest shit. It works so awkward on the map.
Who was directed where?
Yeah.
Yuli popped 3. Asim popped 1. That is 4. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay?
The way some of these people... Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, if one guy is pinching kitchen, bro, who cares? Just run to get time. Get time. Play corners and hill. Keep bedroom pushed out. Help Yuli. Help him. He's doing the hard part.
One of their ARs needs to get the... Bro, one of their ARs needs to get the back stairs and be able to watch across the hill.
The real issue with this team, and this happens to so many other teams, is they forget... I know this might sound stupid, but that the goal of the game is to get in the hill and protect it. And what they try to do is they try to set themselves up for the perfect scenario every time, where they're like, okay, we're going to hold the back spawns, and we're going to have this part of map control and this and this and this, and then we're going to get in the hill. When in reality, the hill is your priority, and the setup that you get afterwards is like the second priority. If you manage to get to the hill and have a perfect setup or perfect map control, great. Yeah. But if you manage to get to the hill and you have to hold some scrapped up setup because of the way the other team like tried to play the game, because let's say they pinched in this, you just got to deal with it. You just got to do it. Who cares? Your goal is to get to the fucking hard point. Like, stop trying to play for the perfect scenario. Push this out, block this spawn. Just get to the fucking hill.
Get there.
And whatever happens after, you react to it.
Exactly. I agree, Chris. I agree every step of the way, bro. Exactly, bro. You got the kills. Now let's simplify Call of Duty. What is the goal of Hardpoint? To get in the point. Just get in there. Just get in the point. Just get in the point. Do the first part. Just get to the point. You got the kills. You did the hard part. Now get in there and play some crossfires and play a setup. Like
then you get those wipes. You get the gritty like hold, and then you're like, okay, we have some space. Now let's try to get our ideal set up.
Yeah.
Like.
Agreed.
People are skipping steps, bro.
Skipping the steps. Just skipping the steps. Let's take a look at the final scoreboard. Everybody from London. Somebody left. Yuli left. 23 and 14 from Assault, 20 and 16 from Exceed, 25 and 17 from Joe to C. He's only one negative as RC's negative 2, but everybody pulling their weight in the damage category. I'm London on the other side. It was a rough one, almost 100-point club. Then this one, they get 3-1 today here against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I mean, guys, any final thoughts? I mean, Ben, I see you right there. No glasses on, looking like $1 million. I mean, how you feeling, Ben? How you feeling?
Dude, I guess for this London team, we got what? 3 more matches. They're going to be in losers brackets. They got 4 more matches as a team. Just want to see more life out of this squad. Try something else, bro. The way they play is not going to work. At this point, everybody's playing for fucking KD. It's horrific to watch. Is what it is. I guess we're going to Cancun soon.
It's embarrassing.
Wait, what was Yuli's stats in that map? Like,
No, Ben, you got the stats.
Can we see? Do you know what Yuli's stats were? Like, is there any way we can go back and see what his last known stats are, unless we have the actual like numbers?
You're talking about from what? From the just
from that
series?
map? No, that map. Because like, dude, look at the kills. They had one person going -10, but everyone else was right around even. One person going -10 when the rest of your team is damn near right about even, unless Yuli was also getting completely world starred. Does not equate to a 150-point deficit. That just tells you the way they're playing is just
Yuli was 15 and 20.
Okay, yeah, so like that's not even that bad either. Like, and they're down. They lost by over 150 points. Like I said, they're just not doing the basics, bro. Just get to the fucking objective and do the other part second.
Bro, they're listen. Like, we had ASIM in the watch party. Like, he's not gonna say it, bro. There are people on this team playing for their spot next year, and they're playing for KDs. Like, it is what it is, dude. Let's move on.
All right, let's keep it going. We got the Florida Mutineers going up against the Boston Breach. We got a Hydro Hardpoint to kick things off. Embassy S&D, Hotel Control, Fortress Hardpoint, and Fortress Search and Destroy. I need everybody right now to show some love. I personally think Florida gave up these first 2 maps. I think they let them go.
Bro, they tossed so fucking bad, Tom.
They tossed it. They tossed it. I mean, I'll let you guys talk about the vetoes. Anything on the vetoes that you guys see? Anything that anything that caught your eye or anything like that?
No, these teams have pretty much set vetoes most of the time. So, like, it's just a question of between the 3 on like hard points and S&Ds what's getting picked. But this series like kind of made sense on paper. And to your point, like, I think the difficulty for Florida is that they could have won the first 2 maps. And they mega tossed, and we'll get to it with their review and talk about it.
Yeah, a few things I want to go over. One of them is the second P3. I think this is a really, really big break for the Florida Mutineers. I'm not really too sure what happened here with Boston. We can kind of see. We'll tune into the Boston Breach listening. But let's take a look at this break here first and see what happened. It starts with Vickle, who makes the play. Nobody from Boston is reading that deep water route, which I just feel like at this point in the game, you can't let somebody just walk through water like that and just flank you off a P2. Like, Vickle makes the absolute play, and he dumps on a guy dome. I mean, really good plays there from Vickle to get through water. Let's tune into the listening with the Boston Breach and see how the guys were sounding.
Flag on me. Can we jump now? L me. One's L already. Back door still. He closed the door. L on you. He's on the top. There's one on the top. I can't jump on. I'll see him. Bench. I'm waiting for you. Bottom down. He's 2 top. More top. Top down. Take your time. Get your time. What's he doing for him? Yeah, I'm playing for him. You want to kill him? I knew you dead. He's top down. Main. I'm watching. Don't. Nice. I'll back him. Push up P1. No, we should be good. Walk me in the water. P1. Go ahead, wide right route. One corner done. Nice job, bro. He could be top down. I'm just laying down. I'm not back up soon. I'm hiding back gas. I see they top down. Yeah, let's pull the water. Nice. I'm watching back up. Yeah, I can see that.
Alrighty, let's get a do it for the listen. What do you guys think about Boston's listening? You guys like their comms or no?
They sound fine, just like any other team. I don't think there was anything bad about them.
What about you, Ben? You like their comms, Ben J? You know,
they're alright. I mean, I think it's better since some of the listenings we've heard with Boston. I like some of the small talk, especially when they're subs in sort of the first half of that listening. They got to kind of a slow part just when they were rotating this hell and there wasn't much going on. Didn't hear a lot of small talk, just a lot of silence, but that happens sometimes. So it wasn't that bad.
So this is where things get interesting. It's Florida. They have about a 40-point lead And as they have this lead, they're also getting a rotation here over towards the second P4 hard point. Let's see how this all collapses for him. It starts with Vickle, who ends up throwing his life away, trying to dive onto the hard point. I'm not really too sure what was going on there. But you could see the swarm from Boston Breach. I mean, this was a very, very big break from them. They needed this bad. Chris, what did Florida do wrong here? Not enough pressure, presence dome, or what? Maybe I feel like maybe they should maybe stay pushed out there a little bit more. They kind of all back up. Maybe lose that map control a little bit. They kind of turtle themselves. I mean, but what do you think?
I think this map. So I mean, unless you were like a high level competitor, remember the map. This hill plays a lot like checkmate hardpoint P2. So what you do on that map is you kind of just like hold and you read the pressure, and then when you read where the pressure's coming from, you kind of just like string along. So if you see the cross that they're coming dome heavily, what you do is you give up that P2 side of the map and you like push forward dome. You clear out your dome spacing, and then you form a line. And like the problem is they tried to hold both. They didn't get any P2 kills. They didn't get any dome kills, or not dome kills, broken kills. So they were like too condensed. And then Boston just got 2 individual picks and then blocked the spawn them out. You got to read the pressure and then just kind of string along a line and force them to like fight you head on as a team rather than like pushing out too many lanes, I feel like.
It was also just a good pick from Big Wake, too, to get here early, dome, and find that kill onto Vickle. It kind of pushes them back just a little bit further. And you can see Capsule, he kind of gets smoked on the hill. There's not really much you could do. I love the break from Boston. I thought they did a great job doing the break.
It was a good break, but look at what 3 and 4 were doing. Like 4 and 3 were essentially doing the same thing. The guy in hill is just tweaking and panicking, and Vickle is watching P2 by himself. Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. They're just too condensed. They're not really like doing anything. They're not being proactive. Like somebody needs to help somebody else. Like they're just letting them get picked. The 2 players that got picked were both ISO'd.
Yeah, so you can see it starts a Big Wake. He finds one, but no, it's a good point. 4 and 3 were kind of doing the same thing back there. And it ended up costing them. Really good break from Boston Breach. Started with Big Wake getting a few kills there. So really good job there. They definitely needed that break. And then once they get that break, they were able to get this game a little bit closer, because you got to think, right? Florida rotate early. If they get all that time, they're pretty much, the score is going to look a lot different. It's going to be like 230 something to like 170. You know what I mean? Like it's probably looking way better for them. And then we got into the next hard point, and look again. P5, who's there early, is the Florida Mutineers, but they get broken once again. First, Bracket Vickle don't get any entry kills up top. They try to keep it they try to keep it pushed out, and they don't get a single kill. They both go down. And then they just kind of get overran on hill. They lose their numbers because they played so pushed out on the rotation and died without getting a kill. They spawned. they just spawned in the back. Also, they weren't blocking the back. So so say Brack and Vickle were to get 1 or 2 kills here and then die. Those 2 kills are probably gonna spawn somewhere back there. That they're just they
would have reacted to it probably. Like I don't think that they're that clueless. But more so when those 2 die, like number 1's in hill. Number 4 just needs to like almost give up his positioning, maybe run into the hill and like get ready to play trades and tie it while the 2 people off spawn come and fill the lanes that they gave up. Or he just needs to like create space. Right now, Fellow is number 4, sorry. He's the one that he's just sitting on the rock. He's hoping that people hit ruins. If they don't hit ruins and they just completely bypass him, he's essentially useless. I've seen that happen a lot. I feel like we've watched a ton of VOD on people on these teams where like the guy in hill is left alone and they just like, they don't even go for the spawns or go around. They just run into the hill, kill the guy, and then you're just like, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because that spawn is so deep and it's like such a big choke point to get back in there. But I think the key point is, yes, so after all these trolls, Florida's still in the lead. They get number 1 Capsule spawning up dome, and then watch what happens as they blow these spawns from below this game.
Yeah, so you can see Florida, basically what Ben just said, right? They're setting up for that 3rd rotation of hard points. They're the ones that have P1 spawn, or they have the P1 time, and they have the P2 spawns. They also do a good job picking up Vivid, who was trying to take a swim route and go around and flip it. But they do, unfortunately, they throw this one away. I'm not really too sure what the play was here from Brack, because he ends up getting pushed up. I would like to see
snake or something, bro.
Snake. I just challenge it. Commit. Yeah, just commit there. I would like to see him commit, but he goes down. But it's okay. They still have the spawns, whatever. Then another player goes down, Capsule, right? Then Beans finds another one. Everybody from Florida is just losing their ones. Every single person. And now we're still good, right? We still got a guy in P2. We still got a guy
top monster flag? I've never seen that.
Fellow, he's able to find one. But then right here, bro, right here, when Brack gets this kill, he needs to be careful, bruv. He needs to recognize this. Brother, your team is spawning out. They're across the map. You got to recognize the P2 spawns. Instead, I don't know. I would have liked to see Brack off this kill here run backwards. Like, make sure this is blocked. Like, after you get this kill, hit a right. Make a right turn. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you don't lose these spawns. Make sure, because if he makes a right turn there, that number 2 might spawn on. That number 6 might not spawn.
He might spawn there.
Yeah, he might still get spawn fucked, Tom. But here's what I think you should have done, Chris. I think you might agree. I think you still run backwards. You play a better one spot back in Ruins where you can guarantee that kill and be really, really mixy for the next hill. Keep in mind, Boston can't win off of P1. They sure as fuck can win off of P2 if they get P1, they get spawns. So I agree with you. I think Brax has got to read and his team's got to recognize him that he's spawning out and like trying to crush this P1 time, which they're not going to win off of. Bro, look at this. It's 2:31 and there's 17 seconds left. Like they weren't going to win off of P1. You need to stay alive regardless.
And if you're going to go dome, go up top. You got a scar. Just go up top. Go snake up there. Go use the Godheady. I mean, just sneaking low dome. They know where you are, Brock. You just got to kill here. You know, I'm sure they see you in the death cam running towards dome as well. I just, right here was just, I would have liked, I thought he could have done more there, bro. And obviously, it's a solo play. Everybody shouldn't have died around him either. Florida just didn't win a 1 at the going into the third rotation. They could have won a hard point. And then you see how the spawns flip. Brack goes down. He gets shot. The spawns flip. Florida, they lose their fights. They lose the spawns. In my opinion, they threw this map away. They threw it away. They had a fat lead. They get broken on the P4. They get broken on the P5. They get broken going into the third set. Just really struggling on the holds. I think Florida trolling a little bit. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard here. Everybody negative except for Brack, who's only positive 2. Good plays from Boston Breach as they were able to bring it back. I can't believe, Jesus, were Boston Breach outslaying the shit out of them? 27-19 from Beans, 25-21 from Kremp, 26-17 from Big Wig. Only one negative was Reese. For a pretty close game, I mean, those kills are pretty lopsided, no?
I mean,
I think they had to bring it back, though. They brought it back. So, yeah, whenever you're bringing it back, you start to overslay, is what happens.
Any final thoughts, gentlemen, on a map 1?
I mean, Florida just fucking trolled it. They had the ability to close out this game on the last couple of hills, and everybody made mistakes. And, yeah, going in this embassy where Boston's got a really good win record, wasn't looking great for Florida, and they still also had a chance to win this map as they went off to a fat lead off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, they go up to a 4-0 lead. We'll kind of just run through it quickly and kind of break it down for you guys. But first, it's Big Wake, who was making plays in the first round. I thought he was about to clutch this, but love the play here from Brack. Check this out. Throws the stun out, jumps the corner, takes care of business. That's really good plays coming in from Brack. Love the tack usage there. Love the chow as well. Next round, Florida. They're going to get aggressive over towards this B site. Fellow was red hot with a sniper, man. He was not missing shots early on. Capsule finds 2. Fellow with another one. It's a quick 3v1. Obviously, they get the bomb down there. And in Florida, they go up 2-0. I mean, these rounds are super quick. We get a 2v3 retake here for the Florida Mutineers. I don't know what happened here with the Boston Breach. Bickle, he's going to get tagged middle of the map. Bomb is down. 2 versus 3. Let's take a look at this round here and see what the hell happened to the Boston Breach, because I don't know how they lost this. They should never lose this round here, ever. And it looks like it starts with Vickle. He's going to inch up the middle of the map. Vivid, he's trying to keep eyes on Bomb. He's going to go down. Boom. And now you
Why are they making him check Bomb when he is...
I don't know.
When we have people in the building that can head glitch the window and snake the pot.
Exactly. Vivid should be in orange, playing his life, being an absolute nuisance on the map. Instead, he's having to waltz out.
He was in orange. Oh, he's checking the bomb.
He went to check Bomb.
He was in orange. He had to go check Bomb.
Wow. What do we did?
Yeah, he checks Bomb, then he gets caught out. I mean, I don't even know why number 6 and number 7 are like holding it like that. Like, bro, they can check Bomb.
Seven, I don't mind because he's got to make sure that he's not getting pinched. But Ben's got to like be doing something. He's literally licking a wall on like the staircase right now, being absolutely useless. I don't know if he's trying to do like the diamond glitch or something.
I'm surprised
but
he didn't just
really
go up top. I'm surprised he didn't just play up top here.
Beans has a sniper and he's not checking Bomb.
Nope, he's not checking a bomb.
Whatever, bro.
You know, so definitely a troll from the Boston Breach there. Good clutch up for the Florida Mutineers. I'm thinking, okay, this map is going by pretty quick. This one should be over soon. We get into the 3-0 round, and it's Tyler Fellow again with that sniper rifle. He was red hot with the sniper. Love seeing Tyler snipe. Biggle's the one who finds one. Capsule tries to make a play. I believe he gets shot in the back here. Boom, there he goes. And then you see Tyler across the map on that mini map. He's going to find one to Reese, make it a 3v2 situation. They wrap the bomb back. They bring it to A. I even like Brack. He kind of plays a little bit of a late flank here on B. Boston Breach, they kind of get put into a funnel here. Tyler Fellow, bada bing, boom. Hits him with a headshot with the snipe. Fantastic shots coming out of T. And this is where it all falls apart. It falls apart. Tyler Fellow gets a hit marker on the cross. Boom. And then after this, Boston Breach wins 6 straight rounds. This wasn't even close.
Can I speak on this? Basically, Florida lost this map because they refused to adapt to essentially this situation on defense, where they had everything. They weren't killing the guys on the cross. And instead of trying to pinch their spawn, which is what we see a lot of really good teams do on this map, they solo out that sniper. They force him to play really weird, kind of in a crazy spot. They kept wrapping middle to like deny the bomb plant and making life so easy for Beans and Big Wake on that side of the map. And Florida just never, ever adjusted any of these defenses to this setup.
Yeah, I mean, Boston just catch fire, too. You see it in the 4-1 round. Kremp and Beans, they hit that outskirts. They wipe the floor with the Florida Mutineers. They shut down the whole entire push. Really good snipes coming out of Beans and good TPs from Kremp. Love that they were working together there. Now they kick up the momentum a little bit. We get into the 4-2 round. What does Boston do? They use that momentum. They use that confidence with a quick plant, a rush plant. I love that play call, whoever it was from Boston. Reese, he's going to pop the... Actually, did he not even pop the dead silencer? Did Reese just say,
no, he has a running. He has a running.
Okay. Because at first, it looked like it wasn't going down, and I was like, bro, what the... Yeah, he does. He pops it, pops the dead silence, makes a planet guy top AC. Good round from Boston. I love the play call, right? Get a couple rounds, get the momentum, and just rush planet, get it down ASAP. They get another round on the board. Now they're looking to tie it up at 4, and in this round, the streak starts coming down. I forget who it was. It was Kremp who has the streak for the Boston Breach. He calls it. He gets the information. In Florida, because the streak is coming down, they're forced to run inside Orange. They don't have a trophy on the site. They did a good job throwing their attacks. You can see the guys from Florida. They try and stack into Orange, but Vivid, he's reading it. He gets the information from his teammates. He finds a big 2-piece. Now it's a 4v2 situation. Florida, they get put into a blender. Boston ties it up at 4. Then again, Boston, they do the same thing they did the last round. They rush B. Beans looks over with a snipe. Kremp crosses with an AR, looking over him. And they mount the floor once again with the Florida Mutineers. You can see it all unfolding for Florida. They just get absolutely blundered.
What is it with teams? What's this with teams and doing the illy, bro, where they just sniper every single round?
Every round.
Just put it away and do something else. You don't have to do the same thing every round. Like, Beansley just adapted to everything Fellow was doing and kept killing him. I'm just like,
well, I mean, I would say the flip side of that was Ben actually kept the sniper out and like they didn't really like.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
either
super
way,
effective on laying down. I think it swings both ways.
Look at a form here. Look at a form here from these guys.
I would agree with you, Chris, probably like 2 months ago, but I feel like teams have gotten very effective about actually using the sniper on both sides, and the person running the sniper being very much in the way. I think my issue with this is less on like Fellow having the snipe out and more on like Vickle and Cap having to make plays. Bro, when did you ever see Cap or Vickle get into their office?
Bro, of course, but at the same time, if Fellow's going to play an island with a sniper rifle while his teammate's flanking, that leaves him susceptible to being pushed out. And if they push him out, you're doing the same thing that they're doing to Beans. They're just running at the sniper rifle player. He doesn't need to have it out every single round. If anything, they're playing around him having it out every single round, and that's probably why they're not fucking flanking. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying put it away. Like, just mix it up. You don't need to. You're already up 4-0. You know what these guys are doing. Change it up. You don't need to do it. Go top AC and just snake over and over with an assault rifle and have B. And then guess what? Beans' POV is going to look like, I'm staring at the guy top AC. Oh, he's snaking.
I think to your point, Chris, I like that because Florida failed to deny the bomb plan like at all. On defense on the back end of that round. It's going to be hard for Fellow to do with the sniper unless he gets that pick on the cross. If he's going bottom street, so
yeah, exactly.
They just didn't adapt.
If he goes top AC or like top orange or you bottom orange, right, with an assault rifle, if his teammates want to try to deny bomb by running up mid or flanking, he's just going to be a lot more useful. Like you just don't need to snipe every round.
We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Kremp 11-5, Beans 8-5, 6-5 from Wake, 6-8 from Viv. Everybody pulling away on the other side. Everybody doing all right. It was a back and forth game, but Boston, they win 6 straight after Florida's first 4 rounds. So really good plays from Boston to adapt to the situation at hand and start blind countering the Florida Mutineers. Florida, they're going to have to go back and watch someone see what happened. Any final thoughts on the map, too, gentlemen, before we head into the final map?
Florida pissed another map away they could have taken.
Then we get into the hotel control. One thing that I want to note here in this first round, because it ended up being all defensive wins until the last round, which Boston won the offense to win out the whole map. I'm not really too sure what was going on here with the Florida Mutineers in this first round. They were getting kills, but they weren't going A, and I don't know why. Like, even right here, right? 2 dead. Capsule, instead of just diving onto the point, he tries to get across. Boom. You can see here, everything's looking good. Brack is on the point, but there's only 6 seconds left. Number 1 here, Capsule, he comes off spawn, right? And then number 2 follows. Do you think they should be playing towards B here? Or do you think they should just go to A? Just chalk their... They got 2 ticks on B already. They got 2 ticks.
Number 4 should have immediately.
Number 4 is fine. I don't think. But I don't know if I feel like number 1 and number 2 need to go play A.
Well, they should have, but I think they heard this guy catwalk and he kind of stopped their push. But I think number 4 is already so pushed up on the map. So look, go back.
Yeah.
We go back to like where number. So number one of the players that go back further.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 5 gets that kill. He from number 4 shoots at him. He gets the information on him. He needs to run him down. Like immediately just start chasing him and make his way to the point, clear some space for his teammates. So what happens here, if he goes towards the point, he's gonna clear out one of 2 things. He's gonna either take the route through Rug or he's gonna take the route through Dub and then into Rug and then to A. He's gonna immediately be able to call out. He's either gonna take a gunfight and put the guy weak or call it out to his 2 teammates off spawn, or he's gonna get to the point at A and start stalling the clock while also getting the information that the guy that he just shot is probably pushed up in the kitchen. If he does that, he just makes it so number 1 and number 2 can immediately come off spawn, know exactly where that player is probably going to be, and get to A and help him and guarantee at least create the A spacing while Brack is just stalling. There's no way Brack is solo capping this.
I'm in my opinion, Chris, I'm number 1, I'm number 2. I'm coming off spawn, or not number 1 and number 2. What was it? It was number 1 and then
it was
1 and 2.
It was 1, 2, and 4 that should have like
if
in tandem just ran
A. If I'm 1 and 2 here, I'm saying Brack, do whatever you can, bro. Best of luck, brother. Go for it. If you could piece him up and cap that, even if number 4 wants up, sure. But you got to get to that A point. There's only 6 seconds left on the clock. You know that Boston is going to wrap back and try and stop B because they're all spawning there. Like, they're spawning back steps, back sauna. You know that they're going to try it. Bro, just go to A. Go use your numbers. You cap A. You get the A point. You're good. You have over a minute now to cap 1 tick on the B point. You're good. You did the hard. You already got 2 ticks on B. It's a success. It's a W. You know what I mean? They just overcompensate. They just wouldn't give up on it, and then they end up getting piece. They get shit on, and they don't win the offense. They don't even get a single point on a thing because they overplayed B so much. Beans, he finds 2, and then he does a great job here staying down. Beans, he stays down. He snakes, waits for his teammate. Great play from Beans. And then just like that, they fill in, and nobody from Florida is even there to get on the point, and they lose the offense. So good round there from Boston. And then after that, it was just all defensive wins, pretty comfortable defensive wins until we head into the last and final round, which in my opinion, I thought Reese Vivid made the actual play. We could kind of take a look and see what the hell happened and kind of how it all unfolded. But it starts with Reese. He's actually going to be that guy that floods through the middle of the map. We'll take a look at the route that he takes. So he cuts off for A, and he's going to hit mid. He's going to find a kid. He's going to find Vickle. And then with 2 dead, I love that he hits the gap. He doesn't hesitate, right? Couple kills. He's going to hit the gap, finds 1, finds a 2nd, finds a 3rd in the back. Reese Vivid pushing through the middle of the map, finding 4 kills. I think he ends up getting pooped on here. How you doing? My bad, Reese, but you did your job. You find 4 kills, and that's going to get Boston into that point. Anything Florida should have done differently there? Picking up mid? I mean, I don't know. Reese just waltzes right through the middle of the map, kills their whole team. I mean, look at this. Finds 1 middle couches, 2 dead. Number 3's got to be aware of this too, man. Like Brack's coming off spawn. I almost feel like Brack.
Yeah.
Once this guy dies mid, I mean, I'm sure Vickle's calling out, yo, mid arch. He just died from there. So Brack maybe need to stop challenging. It looks like he's trying to wallbang a guy bedroom. I don't really know. But then Reese, he finds 1. Capsule gets caught sprinting. Vickle's calling a spawn. I mean, really good plays coming in from Reese Vivid. And that's ultimately what's going to lead to Boston Breach winning this match because they get the B point now. Now they got the whole entire round now to get this A point, and they were just able to rotate back to their spawn, get some kills, and get a nice A stack. It was nice and easy for them. Great plays coming out from Reese Vivid. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard, 28 and 23 from Vivid. He's really doing his thing ever since he came back into the lineup. Big Wake, 22 and 14, 26 and 18 from Beans. Only one negative was Kremp, but phenomenal work out of the Boston Breach as they take down the Florida Mutineers 3-1. Gentlemen, any final thoughts on the series as a whole before we head into our last and final series of the day? and then we'll hop into some Reddit hot topics and questions. We'll see what they came up with over there.
Well, Florida is whatever. Boston, with the Reese so far, it's looked good, although they have only played Florida and Rocker. So I want to see how they do against the harder teams on their schedule, which are Seattle, Atlanta, FaZe, and New York. So I think we'll learn a lot about this Boston team next 3 matches. But so far, it looks like an improvement from the last squad.
Yeah, Chris.
Definitely. But I mean, listen, bro. At the end of the day, they allowed a CQ cheese to Rocker at that event. And listen, regardless of how they look online at this rate, like the fact that they did that still to me just screams no confidence. And granted, they're doing pretty decent online right now. I'm just waiting for these guys to go to LAN because they have yet to replicate obviously their performances from going for that top 4 at the Dallas Major. So yeah, we need to see them on LAN because they it's the Loudness EQ Merchant. If they don't do good at this LAN event, like Loudness EQ Merchant might be a thing.
Well, they don't do it at this LAN event. It's going to be like champs last year. They're going to make an appearance. Nice cameo. We'll see you later. You'll be hitting the slots. Hitting the slots Friday night.
Alrighty, let's hop in to the next one. We got Atlanta FaZe going up against the Vegas Legion. Obviously, Vegas, they're trying to get into that top 8 spot for Call of Duty champs, so they're really giving it everything they got right now. We start things off. We got a Hotel, Hardpoint, Mercado, Search and Destroy, LSCLO Control, Fortress, Hardpoint, LSCLO Search. I mean, guys, right off the bat, anything with the vetoes to kick things off or no?
I think the Hydro ban from FaZe is interesting. It seems like they've been trying to lean more Fortress recently, so that's kind of interesting. Mercado Hardpoint on Vegas makes sense. The Embassy Search makes sense for Vegas. I think really the key talking point is, off the rip, Vegas had a great start. They dominated the P1, got a nice clean rotation of P2. Smoked FaZe on the P3 rotation. And then as FaZe was trying to break the P3, the game started lagging and they restarted.
Yeah.
And I know a lot's been said on Twitter as all things. I think some people in the Vegas camp were getting, not the players, but people in the associated camp during the pot on Twitter saying, the P3 rotation, they're going to be up 100 points. It's pretty clear they instituted this restart rule back in Modern Warfare 2019. If you remember, back during COVID, they had the rule in the CDL, which was the stupidest thing of all time, was if these things happen, you have to play through. They never restarted. Well, now they hit them with the full replay, and that's the way it's been. That's the way they consistently ruled it. And on the Vegas end, you got to do a better job, obviously, if the replay hits to just not tell. I
mean, I think Octane was talking about at one point how he was one of the reasons why they made changes to the replay rules because he went on that rant on Twitter where he was just roasting the fuck out of the COD League. And listen, bro, obviously there's improvements that can be made, but they've made improvements to the replay rules. And, it's unfortunate that it happened in Vegas because I know a lot of people are, obviously FaZe, a lot of people root against FaZe, but on top of that, a lot of people are rooting for Vegas to make champs. So it's just kind of unfortunate to happen to them, but this could happen to anyone. And sometimes you might be like, wow, my team got blessed. And other teams is like, wow, this team got fucked.
I'm gonna be straight up, and then you can go, Tom. Bro, shit happens. Every other team has to deal with the same thing, the same situation. And this Vegas team has shown time and time again for a team with 3 players that have been around for a long time. Donnie, TJ, and Clay have been playing for a minute. This team tilts way too easily when one bad thing happens. And I just don't get it. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough with the replay, but you got to be able to fucking regain. And you've got potentially 4 other maps in the series if you can get it together.
Yeah. I just wanted to give my thoughts on a replay. There should always be added time to the team that was in the lead. You should always go to where the player was lagging and couldn't play anymore and see how much that team was in the lead and just put that at the top. Just put plus whatever at the top next to that team. And then whoever's host the lobby, which is the league, right? Once the team, obviously you clear with both teams that this team needs, for instance, say you give Vegas plus 30 points. You say this team needs 220. This team needs 250, right? If Vegas hits 220, we're ending it. Boom.
See, the reason why that argument sucks, though, is because of the whole good side, bad side thing, where, let's say a team starts off on the good side and they get a 30, 40 point because it's the good side, and then the lag out happens. They're going to start on that good side again, and they're automatically going to get, just because it's the good side, that point buffer. So they're getting double the point buffer. exactly.
This
so
is the
why,
argument that
that's
people
why
had back
that,
on
yeah.
Man, that's a
St.
good point,
Petro,
Chris.
St. Petro hard
Yeah.
pointers, where this argument used to happen back in
I
Modern
didn't think about
2019.
it like that.
Because people were arguing the same thing. The other problem too, Chris.
In a perfect world where the sides were even, fuck
Yeah.
it. But like the good side, dude, some of the maps we've had in Call of Duty, like for the last couple of years, have a distinct good side where someone's getting an auto 20, 30 points.
Yeah.
So
I think part of the issue at the end of the day is they don't have a very robust matchmatic tool. Like they don't have the ability to like, okay, we're gonna give this team 30 points, and then the game's gonna end at like. It just they're not able to deal with that logic without manually ending the game, and so it's just a weird presentation thing. But so their responses, and they've been consistent about it. To their credit, I'll give them that the last 3 years, which is when this happens. And by the way, just a remark, it happened to these exact two teams at Raleigh. They played each other in Raleigh. The same situation happened in the case of FaZe. They went up big, and then someone crashed or something, and they I don't remember the situation. They restarted, and then Vegas won. Like this is the way it's been done. And again, for Vegas, you just got to be able to handle this a little bit better for the mental side.
We'll get into the listening with Vegas because you'll hear their frustration a little bit, but I want to talk about the map a little bit. This P5, simple and crazy. Cuts off the guy, dubs, jumps the corner, great tact usage, throws the stun, throws the nade, finds another couple kills there, so that's going to slow down Vegas. This is where kind of FaZe
so much damage.
Yeah, this is just really good damage, really good plays from Sin. This is kind of where FaZe were able to get some really big holds. It's just really good setups here. They're able to lock down this hill pretty well. And then Abe, he's able to get a turn and burn onto Clay right there. Good plays here. As FaZe, they were able to get pretty much a full 60 on this hill. So they built a little bit of a lead. Now, Vegas, they were able to flip these spawns going in to the P6 hill. But unfortunately for them, Atlanta FaZe were able to work a pretty good break, and we could kind of see how that unfolds. So a couple kills coming from TJ, and I think it's just that kitchen presence from FaZe. They just put so much presence over towards that kitchen side of the map that they were able to steal those spawns away from Vegas, and they just keep spawning there. You can see the spawns again. Boom, they're going to pop up for FaZe. One guy spawns close kitchen, one guy spawns out. I mean, you literally MW2. Sometimes you don't know where they're going to spawn. But you see FaZe now. They're breaking those kitchen spawns. They're starting to spawn close, and they're able to pick up this last 30 seconds here in this final hill. They go up plus 70 going into the second set. Anything you think Vegas could have done differently here on this rotation? I feel like FaZe, they kind of waltz through kitchen with ease. It's too easy. It's too easy here. TJ finds two, but the way that they position themselves and the way that they set up, FaZe, they end up just spawning close. You saw that, right? Boom, they just spawn close again. I mean, like Chris, Ben, do you guys think they should be that Vegas should be putting a little bit more pressure on that kitchen area just until, you know, that way when they get a wave of kills, they can spawn FaZe. We're number 5 spawning, right? Like spawn them front, like trying to get them to flip.
They did, but they got pushed out. Like
they got
had
pushed
number
out.
5. Number Clay got killed off the rip, so they were already in a like on their heels type situation. FaZe is gonna automatically have kitchen control. What I would say is like it's just they got to be able to trade that death on Clay a little bit quicker, so they can keep FaZe from sliding out of kitchen. But they basically like. Once Clay dies, it's kind of chalked, and then FaZe
I was saying more like right here, guys. Like right here. You see how nobody's in kitchen? Like Vegas stacking kitchen, like getting in there, like stacking it.
Where did that Vegas actually spawn? Can you back up?
You know what I mean?
Because I was surprised this flip happened, and I actually want to see how
they spawned like mid, and then some of them spawned. They're all spawning mid.
Oh, because MC died, so they were rotating through middle. This is a weird.
Yeah, they were all.
I don't think it's that weird. It's the same thing that we talked about with like the London thing.
Weird.
It's just more so.
Weird.
I don't think it's that weird.
What
either.
they did after their spawn that I'm just like I don't know if they played it the right way. They kind of played too tight in the back.
They kind of hard focus Tyler. Watch as Tyler slides out here. He gets a couple people to turn
because they get the kills. TJ
thought,
finds 2 kills, but he spawns them close. Like they spawn right there anyway. So like it's
they didn't want to run into kitchen and die because they probably thought a guy was already in there, so decided to play tight around the hill. The problem is here. They once they die and they realize that they're not in the favorable positions, they need to play their life harder. I think Donnie needs to either just stay down in hill or he needs to get the fuck off the hill and start to create space. Number 5 needs to come and flood towards the hill and take his place while, you know, the people in the back that are like left alive are kind of working together to try to like hold the incoming FaZe push. The problem is none of them are working together. You go look at the mini map, Donnie's tweaking up top. He doesn't really know what to do. He doesn't really know what to watch over. He's going to get isolated because his teammates on the ground are kind of just not really putting any pressure on the FaZe boys. Like they need to just create some space and play their lives better. Because otherwise they run into the same problem that London did, where they're not over towards the hill and they're splitting. And I think there was a guy on FaZe that was like sneaking towards the hill at the beginning. And if they like didn't like go towards that area, that guy probably makes a play initially. I think they played the initial right. They just had to go big. They didn't.
Well, let's tune into the listening with the Vegas Legion and see how the guys sound.
I'm dead. Top cat and Ivy. Top cat and Ivy. P1. He went main. He went single. He went single. P1 dash after that. He went single.
Dub slash. Dub. We gotta work time.
He's still up on me.
Double con cat.
Con.
Double absolute, right corner.
One shot con, dead. Alright, we're still missing options up.
Cat.
So yo, 3 in hill, 1 single, 1 lane on left side, hot tub, 1 dub. P1 dad's can hot tub. We gotta get new spawns, guys.
I need a dub.
He was dub.
Have a trophy dub.
They're gonna already be there, 2 are gonna spawn out.
I'm looking back cross. Count this, one shot.
Tim, Sally, I'm missing 8 and slasher.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Nobody watching you. Laying down hole.
He's P2 stairs. He's P2 stairs.
Shiny left. He's chandelier.
Dude, Abe's on the chandelier.
I'm helping you, chandelier.
He's pushing me, Shandy. He's close.
Chandelier dead.
Nice, go look over your P2 stairs.
I'm stunning in.
Luggage, one shot. Luggage weak as fuck.
Backside on me.
P2 stairs, luggage.
Them single up the.
One in single
Luggage
shot.
Luggage weak.
Single.
P2 stairs weak.
Single, 1 shot. He's red door. He's going single.
One is hold, 2 in hill.
P4.
One is hold, 2 in hill, guys.
Single is D1. He pushed down single.
Already, you can hear it in their voice. You can see it in the body language. That's where I pretty much chalked it up. Ben, I don't know if you remember me in the watch party, but I said this one's all over. Let's go to the second map because I feel like Vegas, they might just be going through the motions a little bit. What do you guys think from the listening?
This team tilts way too easily. Go ahead, Chris.
On top of that, they were just kind of going in from one lane. They were all hitting the one side of the map, which is probably not ideal. They just got funneled and yeah, they just lost full, man. They couldn't get a kill.
They get bodied. Everybody from Vegas getting pooped on. Yeah, everybody pretty much double negative over on the Vegas side. On the other side, it's 21 and 12 from Austin. Good plays. 29 and 14 from Sim. 23 and 14 from MC. Only one negative was Abe, but hey, they all put the damage down. They all did what they had to do. Any final thoughts on the map one, guys?
Lucky for Vegas, man, but they just got to regain. They have to.
Alrighty. Ben, any final thoughts?
No, go to the map 2.
All right, let's head to the map 2. First round, I thought Donnie made a fantastic play. 1v1 situation, MC finds the kill, but check out the route here from Donnie Temp. It's Spider-Man. He gets up top, over to the windows. MC, he didn't even know. He just got caught off guard. I don't think he expected Donnie. I thought he expected Donnie to probably run in there and try and work a trade, but Donnie makes a good heads-up play jumping up top. He reads MC. Really, really big plays coming in from Donnie Temp as he wins the 1v1. Also, shout out to Clay. Good snipes out of him off the rip. I thought he was actually going to maybe get a collat there, but he was able to find a couple kills with that sniper rifle. Fantastic plays. Then we go on to the next round phase. They work a blind count over towards this A site. Austin actually finds one with that grenade. And then who is it? It's Abeezy who gets pushed up top. Abeezy, he's always doing a good job just getting aggressive and really putting that pressure on him. Not letting anybody get that map control. Abe, he finds another one. Obviously, the stuns come in. Standy, he's all by himself. He goes down. We're tied up at 1. I thought this was a little bit fugace from Vegas. Not really too sure what was going on here. 3v4 situation, okay? Donnie was able to get a blood. So you got the numbers. I don't know if just stacking back alley like this is going to work. I do like that they're trying to do something together. At least they're trying to do something together.
That's a crazy. It's a massive choke point. Like you can get shot from a lot of different angles. They can hop on the wall. I think they could have maybe had 2 guys go alley and 1 guy stay in dark and be able to pinch any like traders.
I think that would have been more ideal. Yeah.
But I think this is the beginning of the trolls for Vegas in this map. Like they had a really good opportunity. They did a good job because FaZe were trying these B hits. They clearly had some kind of strategy. But the issue with their B hits is they were trying to clear like top warehouse. And the bomb guy was going top warehouse, so they weren't able to lay the bomb super quick. So yeah, I don't think this is a smart decision for Vegas at all.
Yeah, so you can see FaZe, they win the 3v4. You know, they try and play through alley, and they just kind of get shut down here. It was Austin who picks up that Vaznov as well. You know, he was feeling himself a little bit with the Vaz in hands. Atlanta FaZe, they win the 3v4. They go up 2-1. This is where things get interesting. This is where Vegas really start to break down. Look at that mini-map, Vegas. You gotta watch your backs. You gotta watch your pinch. Nobody watching a pinch from Vegas. They just give it up for like a cool 30, 40 seconds. I mean, they even saw 2 Atlanta FaZe players.
Hit pause. Tom,
hey, hold on. Did he slam the door too? Was that a creak or a slam?
No, he slammed. Even right here, they see him cross. Donnie crosses. They see him. Maybe he didn't see him cross there. No, he knows he's there. MC shooting.
Tom, hit pause, bro. Hit pause right now.
No problem. Paused.
Okay. Bro.
Break it down, Ben. Break it down.
You basically have Don is not watching the pinch because he's watching tunnel. Clay at some point also picks up tunnel. Number 8 at some point picks up tunnel. Yeah, they're trying to kill Austin, who's in that like back alley in the spawn side. But Don's got to watch his pinch. He picks it up, but watch the timing that he gets when he picks this up.
Yeah, it's too late. As soon as he picks it up, Simp's under him. There's one. There's two. There's three. Donnie right there was probably as soon as right there. Donnie's like, oh shit.
That's like shit. Dude.
I was too late.
Dude, they must have been flooding comms or tweaking or something because there's no way Donnie doesn't hear that door.
And then I'm thinking he's gonna get assassinated.
And I'm sure he's playing with EQ on because he wants to win all these online matches. They all matter. Like, regardless, he should have been watching the flank in general, but damn, he didn't hear the door.
It's a 4-piece. It's an ace. It's a clean flank from Simp as he takes down the whole team. And now I know what you're thinking. Vegas, man, they need to bounce back here and have a good regain. But no, it's a Beezy. He's the next one up. He's the next terror as he jumps out of green and finds 3. The last one up is going to be Donnie Temp. And who is it once again? It's a Beezy who gets all 4 kills. It's back-to-back aces, 1 for Simp, 1 for a Beezy. They go up 4-1. And then you're thinking, how can it get any worse? Can it get any fucking worse than that? Yes, it can, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2v4 for Atlanta FaZe. Vegas with 2 kills off the bat. Standy, he tries to jump out. He gets 1. TJ, he's fucking wide. He doesn't even know what the hell's going on. I don't even know if the comms were even coming in. Austin, he slices him up. I'm thinking, okay, 2v2 situation. This should be a free kill for Dunn. No! Headshot multiplier, scar cheese, MC in a building. Finds 1, takes him down, and half a bullet absolutely shreds him with that OP fucking gun. It bada bing, bada boom. It's a 2v1 situation, Clay. No time out on the clock. He actually almost did the whipperoo onto Austin, but it wasn't enough. They go 5-1. We'll take a look at the final round here. Honestly, this round, FaZe just called the streak. They get the information, and they were able to get the dub here. So they get the info. Vegas, they're kind of scattered. They get onto this beat point. They get the map control. They get the kills. This ended up being a 6-1. Calm, cool, collected. Atlanta FaZe, they run through the search and destroy like it was nothing. Guys, any final thoughts as we take a look at the scoreboard?
This is another S&D map
7-3 from Simp and Austin.
Where a team refused to adapt on defense. FaZe are just hitting B every round, and fucking Vegas' response is to just never. I just don't never deny the bomb plant. Like they didn't get any guy on wall. They didn't throw any nades over. Like they weren't doing anything to slow the push.
What happened? What happened to Vegas S&D? Man, they have not looked particularly good at this game mode anymore.
No, they've been at or below 500 here for a minute. Obviously their control's gotten a little bit better. If we start watching this map, I tip the improvements out of Vegas on this, but they gotta figure out the search. It's their equalizer against teams like Minnesota and Seattle, who are kind of other sort of assorted bubble teams, but they've really struggled as of late. And they've also struggled this season against FaZe. I saw a Tim Takes tweet that they're like 0-4 against FaZe in Search and Destroy this season. And FaZe has won there's some crazy round differential. It's like 24-4 or something stupid.
Just in Search, because I was gonna say, I mean, I'm sure Vegas has struggled against FaZe in general, but yeah.
The only maps that Vegas has won against FaZe was that one map that they replayed at Raleigh, and then they beat them in Major 2, I think, online. They won the first map and then got smoked 3 straight. Like those are the only 2 maps they're taking off them now in 4 matches.
It's probably just a fucking talent diff, bro. Like they're experiencing the same thing that Rocker does with Thieves for the most part. They just they can't win maps versus this team.
And then we get into the LSCLO control. Vegas, they get a good start to the control, a really good break off. It leads to them getting that B point pretty fast. So they got the whole entire round. They got 2 solid minutes to get this 8 point, and they do a good job just working kills in their low mid. It was actually Vegas who ended up going up 1-0 here and on the offense in LSCLO control. And then I want to highlight what MC did here. So at FaZe, they get the 8 point pretty easily. But the plays that MC makes here over towards this B point, you can see all his teammates are dying around him. MC's going to jump the corner, find one onto TJ, back the guy off coming through Tool, jumps the corner, takes down Clay. And take a look at this. Reads the guy coming behind him. Boom, jumps the corner, finds another one. And what looked like a break for Vegas Legion after Clay finds a couple kills, MC, he turns the Jets on, and just like that, pops a 3-piece. Really good plays coming out from Celium there as MC goes absolutely nuts. He goes absolutely big for that beat cap. They're able to tie it up at 1. And then with some back and forth rounds, we end up going into a overtime. It ends up going into a 2-2 overtime round. MC ends up doing it again. We get into the last and final round, and it's off the break-off where FaZe just go absolutely insane. We could kind of watch and see how it all plays off. So it starts with a BZ and Simp. One plays through Keg Lane. The other guy plays through Field. Simp finds one, a BZ with two. Just like that, it's a 3 clean wipe off the rip, and the stacks are in. You can already see the tacks are being thrown. Slasher, he picks up a guy, Keg Lane. And then you can see Slasher, he jumps out. Standy finds one. A BZ, he goes a little rogue as well. These FaZe players do not want to stay in the point, but no fear because MC is here. He finds one, able to stay alive in that point somehow. He caps it, and then obviously after that, a good break-off comes in from FaZe. They cap the point. I love the play here from MC. They don't have any kills yet, but what does MC do? He trusts his teammates to pick up kills here. As long as his teammates get kills, MC will do the rest. And that's exactly what happens. You can kind of see how it all unfolds. MC's going to stay pushed up. Slasher finds one. A BZ finds one. Slasher with another one. And just like that, take a look at those wet arrows and look at what MC does here. He's going to put that trophy down and let them have it. Even him, even if he doesn't get kills here, even him just being up here slows him down. You can see Vegas, they start to hesitate before crossing. He gets some shots down into them, pushes them back a little bit, and then they do the same exact thing. Once they get staggered and pushed back, FaZe, they play through middle. They're able to work some trades and get onto this 8 point. It was pretty comfortable here in the overtime as they just kept flooding through bottom middle and putting that pressure on them. And after working a few trades and getting on that point, they were able to close this one out. You can see a BZ with a big 2-piece Slasher cleans it up. And Vegas are getting those deep spawns now. So just like that, Atlanta FaZe, they get the 3-0 victory. Austin came in here and said, I heard you took the under and this and that. Austin, I took the under because I thought it was going to be a 3-0. Sweet. It ended up being a 2-2 overtime blender. Okay, so you're costing me, brother. You're costing. You can see people, obviously, frustrations are coming in from Vegas, right? They're slapping their webcams. I still don't know why people are doing that. Obviously, people with hand on their head, stuff like that. But gotta feel for the Vegas Legion, man. I do want to see these guys get into champs, bro. I do want to see these guys break into the top 8. I love all those guys. I want to see them do well. I just think it'd be really cool to have Vegas get into that top 8. But we'll take a look at the final scoreboard. Slasher, 27-20. Fantastic map out of him. Everybody else, negative except for MC, positive 2, 20 and 18. I mean, Austin, what a great map here. And a map number 3, got to give it to him. Phenomenal job. He's really kicked it up for these guys. He's been playing great. Any final thoughts on the series, guys? We had a 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. I thought it was a 3-1, 3-1, 3-0. No, it was a 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. It was a absolute blender today, guys. Absolute fucking blender. Any thoughts on the series? Any thoughts on the day before we head into some questions? Any thoughts, guys?
I mean, for FaZe, they handled the replay well. Closed out on the last 2 maps. I mean, they've got London tomorrow. Probably looking at FaZe being 3-1 and getting the winners bracket locked in. For Vegas, like, I still think they've got a chance to get 3 wins during the split. That match against Rocker coming up now is basically the biggest game of the season for them. They win that. Rocker's schedule is very difficult, and I think there's a very good chance Rocker are 1-4 and go to losers. So if Vegas can win the next game, they have a very good shot to basically be in position with Rocker where best performance wins at the major, who gets the 8th spot.
All right, Chris, any final thoughts before we head into predictions and go over some questions on the Reddit? Reddit actually came in crazy today. There's like 130 comments on there already. It's only been up for like an hour. Like they went nuts, bro. But I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
It was a boring day, man. Boring day.
All right, then let's hop in. That was a quick little recap for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's tune in and see what we got going on tomorrow. We got London going up against Atlanta FaZe. It's a bounty match, so $10,000 on the line, right? It's 10K, by the way, right? I got that right? $10,000.
Yeah, 10K to the winner.
$10,000 to the winner.
10 G's that anyone's ever made in their life.
No,
you know?
That's not right. That's not right. I got Atlanta FaZe 3-0 over the London Royal Ravens. Who do you got, Ben?
Holy shit.
I got FaZe 3-0.
Chris?
I got FaZe 3-0, dude. Holy shit. That is a donation, bro.
All right. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And then we got LA Thieves going up against the Florida Mutineers. This is another bounty match. I'm personally going to go with Thieves in this one. I just think they're too strong for Florida at the moment. I'm going to go 3-1. I can see Florida taking a map. But I'll go with LA Thieves 3-1 in the bounty match over the Florida Mutineers. Ben, who do you got?
No, 3-0 Thieves. Well, their S&D's been a little shaky to split, but Florida, if they play the way they did today. It's gonna be a fast one.
Okay, Chris, who do you got?
Listen, this is the COD League paying Sam back for all his fines back in Modern Warfare. This is going to be a thieves show over the Mutineers.
Alrighty. And then we got Optic Texas going up against Seattle Surge. This is the only match today that's not a bounty match, but it is a good one. Got two great teams going at it. I definitely think Optic has the edge in this one. I just think Optic's been on point lately. I think all of them have been playing really well. I think Hook especially has just been that guy for them. Like he's been really putting that gas pedal down. They're just playing good, man. They're a good team. Like I feel like things are clicking for them right now. I feel like their momentum is there. Their confidence is there. Practices have been going good. I just feel like Optic Texas are in their bag right now. Seattle Surge, they've just been up and down. It's been a roller coaster for them. I just don't know if they're going to be able to take down a red hot Optic Texas. I'm going to go Optic 3-1 as well in this one. I'm going to go OG 3-1. Ben, who do you got?
Well, so Seattle did not look good last weekend, and they're, as Scumpin didn't say, on thin ice. I think Optic's definitely gonna match them in the respawns. I think S&D could be interesting. I favor Optic. I'm gonna have Seattle take one map, but Optic take 3, and they get it done in 4.
All right, Chris, who do you got?
I got Optic. They just look like the most. They've probably been the most consistent team as of late in terms of their performances. And also, I'm going to get New York in the next one. I got to go to the bathroom and fix something. I got something in my eye. So
no, you're good.
You continue. I'll be right back. But I got New York in the next one for just because.
All right. And then, of course, we got the New York Subliners going up against the Los Angeles Gorillas. I think I'm going to go with New York in this one as well. I think they look good in their last series. I think they obviously want to prove to everybody that they can win another championship this year. They've been, up and down, but I definitely think when it comes to LAG, obviously LAG season is looking a little bit different in New York. And Ben, I think you said New York clinched champs already as well. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, with Vegas losing today, I believe New York is qualified for champs.
Okay, congratulations to the New York Subliners. I'm going to go New York 3-2. I can actually see LAG maybe making it a series and hanging in there. I'm going to go 3-2 New York. Ben, who do you got?
I got New York 3, LAG 1.
New York 3, LAG 1. You heard it here first from Ben Genesim, folks. Everybody make some noise. That's going to do it for my predictions. Let's go into some community questions. Obviously, Chris is in the bathroom. He'll join us back, and he'll be able to join the conversation. But let's take a look at some of the questions coming over here on our Reddit. Thank you to everybody who asked away. I Hate Fairyland coming in hot with a question. Do you see FaZe making a change in the offseason if they don't win champs? Now, I'll start this one off, Ben, if you don't mind. Yes, I do. I think they will make a change. I think if FaZe in the offseason don't win champs or don't get a good placing, I obviously think, depending on how this last major goes and how champs goes, we'll say a lot, obviously. But if they struggle, I think you got to note there's going to be a lot of talent that's just on the bench. There might be room for a pickup there. It depends ultimately who they can get and who they can't get. But, Ben, we know there's a lot of free agents that are going to be at the end of this year that are really good players, man. I mean, one that I could think of is maybe Pred, maybe AG. And we know, like, if there's good players that are sitting there on the market, like, it wouldn't surprise me if FaZe made a change if they didn't perform well at the last couple events. But, Ben, what do you think?
I mean, I think anyone who doesn't win champs is potentially going to make a change this year. So I think for FaZe, its decision is you're not going to split up the Simp, the BZ Cell trio as much as people on Reddit want to have fan fiction about them splitting apart. I think that stays together. And it's just a question of, you want to run it back with Austin if you don't win? Do you want to replace him for a like? Maybe someone you think is going to be a little more consistent to respawn? Or do you want to try a role swap, bring in maybe an aggressive sub player and move Simp to like a flex? So I could see it for sure.
All righty. And then we got another question coming in from A-Run Venue. Question for Ben. What about it works for you, Ben? What about it? You know what I mean?
Next question, bro.
You don't have an answer?
No, I'm not buying this Porter bullshit.
No way, bro. No way. Let's go on to the next one. Liquid Paper. Excuse me. Who is your current MVP? Does whoever win Major 5 automatically get it? Dashi, Toronto, Scrap, LAT, Octane, etc. I mean, I guess maybe whoever wins Major 5, like whoever... Major 5 is big, right? Because we haven't seen any repeats, right? We haven't seen anybody win back-to-back events or multiple events this year. But if there's anybody that you could say is in the lead for MVP right now, Ben, I mean, who would be that guy? Who are you feeling right now?
I think Tyler Bees is probably in first place. If FaZe hold on to first, even if they don't win this event, I think he probably wins it.
Yeah, it seems like the chat's coming in and erupting with some A's as well. Some people are saying Scrappy as well. A lot of people are saying Scrappy.
If Thieves go back to back, I could see like someone on Thieves get it. If someone on Toronto wins it, then it could get very interesting with Scrappy.
Same with Optic, right? Optic would, same with Dashy, like all these guys. It depends. Like a lot of it depends on how it goes towards the end half of this year, second half of the year.
Yes, this might be one of the last couple of years. I mean, one for 2019, it was either going to be Simp or it was going to be Shotzi, and Shotzi won that. I think Simp was clear in Cold War. That one was obvious. MC last year I thought was pretty obvious. This year is way closer than all the other years. I think there's probably legitimately like 4, 5-ish candidates, and I'm very curious how the voting goes down, or if the voting is done. I actually don't even know if the voting is going to happen after Major 5. That's a good thing to find out, because that might have to be in now, you know?
Oh, is the voting in now? Is that how it works?
I have no idea. That's why I'm curious how the voting works, because there's nothing on the website or anything about that. You know?
Interesting. If the voting was now, it'd probably be Abe, probably a BZ, right? I don't even know.
Yeah, if it's now, it's probably Abe. Yeah.
But that's interesting. I don't know how the voting works or when it comes how they do it, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. Thank you for the question, Vinos Bambinos. Coming in hot, best program to learn Mandarin, asking for a few friends. He's got to learn Mandarin, Ben.
People, that's not right.
Why? What does that mean? What asking for a few friends? What does that mean, Ben? Am I not getting it?
People are playing for like the Shanghai Sharks next season, Tom.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that what he's?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Chat GPT. That's what you could, bro. Can you learn a new language with that AI shit? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it, bro.
I don't know, Tom. I never tried. No idea.
All right, Christopher Duarte's back, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Chris. Hey, Chris. At the end of the year, can you see FaZe making a change? Yes or no?
Yeah, because it'd be the same situation kind of with Alec, where they feel like they might not be hitting their ceiling, their potential, and they feel like maybe they can make an upgrade somewhere, but who knows? Only time will tell.
All right, we got the chosen Juan coming in hot with a question. If LAG can't find a buyer, which of the LAG's players do you see getting on a roster next season? What does Alec's stock look like right now? I definitely think it looks a little tough for Alec right now. He's definitely been in a slump and hasn't been looking like himself. I think one thing with Alec is obviously the accolades and what he brings to a team. He's obviously a great player, but he hasn't been himself these last few matches. Obviously, you know, like we've been watching. I think he even knows it as well. I think all the players on LG. I don't know what happens if they can't find a buyer. I don't know what they end up doing with the team, but I definitely think Joe Deceives is their guy, right? Like Joe Deceives has got to be the guy they build around. He's their youngest guy. He's their talent player. I would think that Joe would be the guy that's safe, right? I mean, that's just kind of where my head's at.
Sub players of that talent, like it's very hard to let them go. And I agree. I think Joe and maybe Assault's been their like 2 best players consistently. So yeah, I think that would be a wise course of action.
Chris, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we got 50 Puff coming in hot in a free-for-all match. Who would win, Aches, Parasite, ZooMaa, or Benjay with Aimbot? Listen. Definitely in a million years, I'm winning that free-for-all, period.
Yeah.
Like, you're not winning that free-for-all with Aimbot. I play against hackers every day, bro.
Yeah, if I got aim lock,
that might be Benjay to see with the aim lock, ladies and
gentlemen. If we got aim lock, I'm valid.
That is spin butting. But if we were in a fair game, like you guys would stand no chance.
Yeah, I would have a chance for sure. It would probably be between me and Chris, and yeah, I'd be top 2, not 2. You know what I'm saying? A take coming in, huh? What a question. Although they did okay today, what can FaZe do to hold hard points better versus top teams? Bro, I've even talked to the FaZe guys a little bit, bro, but they make a lot of little mistakes, man. Like little mistakes that are just costing them hard. And yeah, I know that sounds like a very like what's the word I'm looking for? Blatant or like bland statement. Like yeah, no shit, they're making mistakes.
Generic,
like,
yeah.
Like, generic, like no shit. But like it's mistakes that normally these players don't make. You know, like they're just gonna have to get back to being more disciplined and really hounding down on making less mistakes. I think when it comes to talent, they're good, right? Like they obviously. Half the time they win matches is because of their talent. Yeah, cliche is also a good word. Thank you, Chad. Cliche, right? But just like really like focusing up in practice and really making sure that they just clean up a lot of the bullshit they're doing. They got to clean it up.
I think they are also one of those teams that is victim to the trying to play the perfect game. And they try to get into these like perfect setups and have all this space and, do all these like unnecessary things when they can do that later. Just get to the objective, play some tight setups, some crossfires, and trust your talent to win you those situations, and then go rogue and do what you want after that. It was very reminiscent of the when Optic first got Dan. The same story. So they can do it. They can change it up.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Ben, you agree with that? Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
If
Let's do a couple
Minnesota
more.
background head coming in hot, if Minnesota performed poorly this stage, do you see them making a change, pending if they make champs for the champs event, possibly bringing back an attach for one of the ARs or Real for one of the subs? If they make champs, they're not going to make a change. I think they're just going to stick it out.
I don't think.
I
think your roster
it would just have
is
to
locked.
be
It would only have to be Dill.
anyone that's currently on their team that's signed to like a CD. So basically, it works as anyone that's signed as a CDL contract. I don't think they could bring on a new player to sign a new CDL contract. So I assume that maybe Dylan's the only person that's on their organization outside their starting lineup that's on a CDL contract. So that'd be the only move they can make. But I don't know. I mean, if you're a rocker and you like, interesting. If you're a rocker and you go 1-4 this split, and Vegas fucking bombs gets double rounded and you get like 8th, like what are you doing? You know, because like it's clear you're not going to win champs with that roster. You try and like roll the dice somehow. That's a great question.
Let's do a couple more. We can answer these last two. We got responsible pace, and we have Ryan 20152. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Probably not. I can't read.
Aaron.
Aaron? Oh, maybe Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah,
It's
Aaron.
It's Aaron.
It's probably Aaron. Sorry, can't read. Does Capsule get a chance at a spot in the league next year? Yeah, I think Capsule will get a spot in the league next year. He's been great for Florida. I think
He's been pretty good.
I think Capsule's nice. He just needs to, sometimes he just needs to work on his decision making. He's a little too twisted sometimes. But go ahead, Ben.
I potentially maybe with Seattle, I could see like if Lamar's playing again, maybe it's like Lamar trying to find people on to fill out a Seattle roster. Maybe Lamar thinks that he can, kind of wing him. I could see that. But outside of that, it might be tricky just because with the Spanish guys likely getting 4 of the spots now in the league, it's going to be a little bit tough.
I think finding SMGs in the league is pretty hard. So once you get someone that's pretty decent, it's kind of hard to give them up, unless they just go that whole challenger route where they pick up a bunch of like people that play together. I think he should be okay.
Boston with Kremp or before Kremp? I don't think Kremp was a problem when he came in. I almost would have liked to see maybe Vivid, Nero, and Kremp, all 3 of them. But yeah, no, I think Kremp is a great player. I think he's a good player. I think once he gets more reps in the league and starts understanding, like even for me, I just feel like sometimes Boston, they get a lot of kills and they don't do much with them. I feel like once Kremp and those guys over there start getting that into the, like ingrained into the back of their heads, they'll be a much better team. But I think Kremp's a good player. Personally, I like Kremp in the roster. I think Kremp is a really good player. I like him. I like him now with Kremp. But what do you guys think? You guys like it before Kremp, with Kremp? I mean, I would have liked to see Vivid and Nero together, maybe with Kremp. But I think Kremp is a great player. What do you guys think?
I think Kremp is a solid out of their team. I think he's shown that he can hang at this level. I like his comms. As much as we've gassed Nero and Reese over this year, like I think replacing one of them was the right call.
Chris, you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't mind Kremp. I think Kremp is good. I just sucks seeing Nero not be on the team, just because he kind of helped them get obviously to the position they're in now with going to champs, and now he's going to miss out on it.
Yeah,
just the way things work. Unfortunate, but yeah.
All right, last question.
I think Nero will be on a team next year. I think he'll be okay.
No gift, 2350, Indica or Sativa? Final question. I'd say maybe a hybrid. You know what I mean? Maybe a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a hybrid. Maybe Sativa. Something like that. What are you thinking, Chris?
I don't. Do the thing.
No, of course not. Chris would never do that, ladies and gentlemen. As always, that's Ben. Why don't you sync us out with a pot before we head out of here?
Bet.
Ben, why don't you sync us out with a pot? Do what you gotta do. Go do what you gotta fucking do, baby. Hey, Ben, you better not miss this either. You better move that camera down too. Move that camera down. Boom. How you doing? Boom. Yeah, now we're talking, Ben. Now we're talking. Yes, sir. Benji Nassim stepping up to the plate. Let's see what my guy can do, ladies and gentlemen. He's stepping up with those stinky fucking slippers on. Let's see what he can do as he steps onto the green. He's going to line it up. He's going to miss the putt. It's going to go wide right. Ladies and gentlemen, Benji Nassim throws it away. He throws it all away. At the tip of his fingers. Oh, man. You gotta feel for Benji Nassim here. You gotta feel for him.
Yeah,
you
it's all
got
good. We got
to.
more putts coming.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta feel for Benji Nassim. He misses the putt today. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Is it embarrassing?
And nah, it's not that embarrassing. I'm just messing with you, Benji. You know what I mean? But it was a good try. Guys, I do want to remind you guys that today's Flank episode is presented by the Xfinity 10G Network. Big shout out to them. Chat, doesn't matter if you're gaming, streaming, competing, whatever you're doing. Their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruptions. Make sure that you guys check out Xfinity. So huge shout out to them for presenting the show today. And then as always, man, if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials. Make sure to go check out Stallions.club, as we will be doing some more drops on there soon. So make sure to go check that out. As always, man, we'll be back tomorrow with another episode of The Flank. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of The Flank, man. Peace out.